Ladies and gentlemen, unemployment has jumped up for 2 weeks in a row. Now, you know how this country is. If it drops a week, they try to make a big grand finale out of it. But unemployment is still exceptionally high in America. And it's going to get worse. A couple of months ago, I did a video and they're already saying these layoffs will continue well into 2021. These folks are getting all worked up over the vaccine because they look at that vaccine as the holy grail that's going to get them out of this whole thing. And I'm telling you, it's not going to do what you think. In fact, AstraZeneca has got caught red-handed for publishing fraudulent data on their vaccines. And that being said, how do you know the data on the ones that they're telling you is 95% and 90% effective is not fraudulent? See, you can't rely on these people because they have showed you for centuries they're not going to do the right thing. Everything they touch is corrupt. Everything. So 2 weeks of unemployment jumping up in the country. So this is November 25th, 2020. New claims for unemployment benefits jumped last week for the second week in a row, signaling ongoing weakness in the job market as coronavirus infections continue to soar. The Department of Labor reported 778,000 people applied for state benefits in the week ending Saturday, an increase of 30,000 from the previous week. Another 311,000 people applied for jobless benefits under an emergency federal program for gig workers and the self-employed who typically are not eligible for unemployment. That number was down slightly from the previous week. The number of weekly claims have fallen sharply since spring when the pandemic first took hold in the US, but they have remained stubbornly high. And, historically, by standards, it's still high. Until you have enough jobs out here for everybody, it's going to stay high. The uptick in state claims during the last 2 weeks suggests an increase in layoffs as businesses confront a rising tide of new infections. Nearly 173,000 new coronavirus cases were diagnosed on Tuesday, and more than 2,000 people died. The surge in cases has prompted state and local officials to impose new limits on business activity and made consumers more cautious about going out and spending money. While encouraging news about experimental vaccines, no, it's not. Like I said, there was an article that came out just a day ago that AstraZeneca data is not accurate. I mean, these pharmaceutical companies can tell you anything. Their goal is to get their vaccine out there and make billions and billions of dollars off of it. They really don't care about you. It's all about money at the end of the day. So, they're talking about the stock market, but that doesn't impact anybody that's on unemployment or trying to get it. And the risk of infection is higher as cold weather drives more people indoors. Yes. And if you notice, we know coronavirus is year round, but it seems to be a lot more aggressive in cold weather. As the pandemic drags on, a growing number of jobless workers have exhausted their traditional unemployment benefits and switched to an emergency program which provides an additional 13 weeks of help. That ain't them 13 weeks are going to go by fast. The program, as well as the help for gig workers and the self-employed, are set to expire in late December unless Congress act to extend aid. More than 13 million Americans could lose an essential economic lifeline shortly after Christmas. And they will, because look, every time these holidays come up, they take a big break in Washington. So literally no work is getting done. So I wouldn't hold my breath believing they're going to be able to get to this stuff before December. They won't. They won't. They're not even going to get to stimulus. And at this rate, I wouldn't hold my breath on that either. You know how many people are going to be evicted by the time they get to another stimulus? They're talking 7 million people. Homelessness is going to be off the charts in 2021. And see, once you got an eviction on your record, it's going to be very hard for these people to find a place to stay unless they got a relative or a good friend that will let them in. Everybody don't have that. And there's a lot of people that won't let these kind of folks in because they don't want to run the risk of their families getting coronavirus or themselves getting it. So y'all get prepared, because I have a feeling you're going to be going around and seeing a lot of homeless people on the streets of America starting in 2021. We do not have politicians that care about the citizens. These are the kind of people they have elected, and these are the kind of people they prefer because they keep voting for them over and over. So I guess you prefer to be broken on the street. I guess you'll get your wish, for those of you that continuously vote for these people. They have put the country in a bad situation. They have. If the stimulus money was still flowing, you would not see anybody out here complaining. And you would have sailed right through all of these holidays. I don't celebrate your holidays because I think they're BS, but you would have been able to sail all through the holidays and everything. And I think when you pass a stimulus bill, it should be ongoing as long as the pandemic is going strong. All of this, go back and vote on it. This is why you're in a stalemate today. If it's not going to be ongoing, then what's the damn point? But y'all, please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.